Hello, everyone. Welcome to Anatomy and Physiology. My name is Dr. Williams, and I am so excited to have you for our 8-week online Anatomy 1 course. So, as I said, it's online, it's 8 weeks, so that tells you it's a really fast paced course. But please know, even though it's fast paced, I'm here to help, support, and guide you. So, if you've got questions or concerns, please reach out. I'm here and happy to help. This is just a quick course tour to show you a little bit about the setup of the course, where to find things. So I'm just going to run through it really quickly. This will only take a couple of minutes. But what I want to point you to here is this top navigation bar. All of your links are here. So content will be mostly where you spend your time because that's where our material is. Announcements, I do post announcements every day, if not every other day. Not on weekends typically. But basically those will be any kind of new information I want to share. I do deeper dives. I do a lot of different things that I like to share with you. So please read your announcements. We only have one discussion for this course, and that's the orientation welcome. So we don't worry too much. And your grade book, of course, is here as well. Also, messages. If you click messages, this is the most preferred way to contact me. So if you click new message, you can come in and hit my name. And of course, that will give you all of the ability to message me. If you are having trouble getting into Blackboard, then you can email me at my email address. So I'm just going to dive in now into the content. So what you can see is the course is set up by module. There are 4 modules, also an orientation and a final exam, but the orientation and final exam overlap module 1 and module 4. So it's really 4 modules with several different due dates. So the first thing that you need to do when coming into the class is to complete this orientation. Before I start talking about that, I'm just going to point to a couple of things up here. This is a GC Rhino Scholars Honors course. It is optional. You do not have to complete the honors project, but if you are an honors student or you want to be an honors student, this class is an honors course. So you are free to complete that, and that I will show you a little bit down the way. A link to your syllabus is here. So if you would like to check out the syllabus, download the syllabus, read the syllabus, you can find it there. But you can also find it in the Start Here orientation. So you will see basically starting today, Monday the 24th, you are going to be working in these 2 areas, but please get the orientation done. The one thing I will say to you is you will not see any of these other modules until you complete task 4 here. So this is just the orientation area. I'm just going to guide you through it just a little bit. This is how to get started. There are basically 11 tasks. 3 of them are graded. So just coming through and learning a little bit about the learning community we have, what's due. I do want to share with you this due date that's super important. So these orientation tasks, especially task 4, absolutely must be completed by the 28th. And I understand that is a fast turnaround, but it is just 4 questions and really quickly get it done. 2 things with that. One, if you do not complete that by the 28th, the college will remove you from the class and I cannot reinstate you. So it is imperative that you get this done ASAP, day 1 preferred, so you maintain your seat in the course. But the second thing is you will not be able to see anything else in the class, including task 5 and onward, until you complete task 4. Everything is locked to you until that is complete. Once you complete that, the whole course opens up for you. Task 6, which is also due on the 28th, is your introduction discussion. Just tell me a little bit about yourself. And task 10 is a quiz about the orientation, 10 questions. All 3 of these assignments can be taken as many times as you would like to earn the highest grade possible. So that starts you really strong with 3 100s in the class. And then if you just click next, you will see each of the tasks. Task 1 is just reading your course syllabus, seeing the course learning outcomes. You'll see I have the syllabus here. I showed you how to click on it too from the main page as well. I do have the schedule, a downloadable one, and just a one that's copied here that you can look at. You can learn a little bit about me and things like that if you click there. And then, of course, you go into task 4. I won't spend time there since it is just the attendance quiz. You will also have a course tour that you're listening to now. This is where this is located. It is also posted in the announcement as well. You also have an introduction discussion to come in and just need to reply one time for that or post one time for that. I do have some information in Task 7 about labs. You do need to order a lab kit for this course. We will be doing 2 dissections. So there's multiple ways in which you can order. You can directly order from Carolina Biological at this link right here. It'll take you to this screen. And so you'll see that. I'm not sure why it's showing right now not available online, but I'll figure that out by the time tomorrow starts. You may need to call that number, but I'll figure that out. Or you can do the bookstore ordering. So you can order a code from a bookstore. They will either give you or ship you that code, and then you can take and redeem that code here and continue to shipping. Either way, it's an option for you, whichever one you prefer. I also do a lab kit unboxing for you to show you me unboxing it in my house and how all the components. And then there's also a little bit of lab safety. I also have some learner support information. So if you want to, you maybe not be comfortable or really like Blackboard Ultra or something. So there's lots of information in here that helps you understand Blackboard Ultra, grading, where to find stuff, things like that. And then, of course, your last thing is the task 10, which is the orientation quiz. So if you get those 3 things done, you got 3 strong 100s starting off the course. I highly recommend it. Now, that's the orientation. Remember, that's due the 28th. So you have just a few days to get that done. If you do not complete task 4 by that date, you will lose your seat in the class, and there's nothing I can do. That is a state policy that the community college system puts out, not a Gaston College policy or a Dr. Williams policy. But at the same time, you will be starting module 1. Again, I told you there's 4 modules. All the modules are laid out the same. You'll always have a summary and objectives. So seeing what we're learning, this makes a great study guide, by the way, because these are all the different things that we'll be learning in that module in statement format. And then your task list. So you always have the date. So the module either is 1 to 2 weeks. I try to do as many 2-week modules as possible, but I believe if I remember right, I have one module that's 1 week. And I try to time it in the best way possible because that is a lot of work in 1 week. It's a lot of work in 2 weeks. So, but I just want you to know you can see where the module lasts, what's due each of those weeks in those modules. So you will always have a case study, you will have labs, a homework, and a quiz. And so each one of those are due at different points. I also have the course schedule, which you can see those laid out there as well. It's also noted in your grade book. You always have the learning materials that will take you, if I click that, it'll take you to the textbook. You can click this to go to my recorded notes and lecture. Once you are finished going through that material, you can go to the case study. The case study relates to the topics that we're talking about in that module. You also have your labs. You can see them here. Now let me show you what's in your labs because I provide you with a lot of information, but you don't have to submit everything. So you see here this worksheet for your benefit. Do not submit this worksheet. It is just practice for you to help you know what you need to know. I also have an image bank to the human body, which tells you different images that you might be tested on later. And I also have a study guide for you. All of these things are super important, but they're just extra things to help you. In order to get credit for the lab, you have to answer the following 10 questions. So the 10 questions, if I scrolled down, you would see 10 questions. And so, that's what you will get credit for the lab. But all of these other things are there for your help. And you see that we typically have 2 to 4 labs in each module. You also will have a homework and a quiz. Once you're finished with that, you're finished with the module. And so you can see each module will flow very similar to one another. They look identical, but just with different information. So I highly suggest, you get used to how it's laid out. I try to be as organized as possible to make it as clear as possible. But if you have questions, please reach out to me. I'm happy to help. Now, again, this is an 8-week course, so we go fast. The final exam will be due on October 13th by 11:59 p.m. I am not allowed to open this final before Thursday, October 8th at 6:01 p.m. So that's when it will become available. You can work ahead on anything in this course except for the final exam. That's the only thing that I can't let you do early. Also, I mentioned to you about the honors project. If you are interested in earning honors credit for this class, it is open to everyone who is interested. It is a pathological profiles journal in which the body systems we cover in Anatomy 1 are these guys. And basically, it's to describe 2 pathological states, diseases, disorders, conditions for each of those body systems and identifying each of these things. Creativity is encouraged. And again, this is 100% optional, due Sunday, October 11th, right before the final is due. If you want honors credit, you do not have to keep doing it. You do not have to do that. I do want to share a little bit with you about my philosophy of us learning from our mistakes. So what you will notice, and let me see if I can find one really quick. I'm just going to click onto the homework really quick. Okay, so the homework, what you'll see is assignment settings. I just want to point this out because I think this is helpful for you guys. You will see here that you have 5 attempts. So on labs, home and homeworks, and your case studies, you get 5 attempts to earn your highest grade possible. I truly believe we learn from the things we don't know yet going back. So if you do not score the score you want, you do not earn the score you want or you hoped to get, please use your extra attempts. You can use them at any point throughout the semester. So as long as you have homework 1 due by the due date, you can use one of your other 4 attempts any point throughout the semester before the final exam is due. And then the quiz. The quiz, I don't give you 5 attempts, you get 2. So you can take it once. If your score is not what you had hoped, go back and study the material. You could take it a second time. So I do believe we learn from our mistakes, and I try to set up the course for that the way I do for that very reason. The only thing it doesn't have the opportunity to do again is the final exam. Even your lab practicals, I give you 2 attempts. So the only thing that doesn't is the final exam. So just keep that in mind. But that's how each module is. There's retakes that are permitted. I will put announcements up reminding you of the retakes and how that works. But if you have any questions about that, please do let me know. Please make sure to order your lab kit early. It is an 8-week course. It usually takes them 2 to 3 days to ship it to you. They are local in North Carolina. So if you are in North Carolina, it's usually very fast. But if you have any issues with that, please reach out. In the lab area of the orientation, there was help areas for the lab, so Task 7 and A&P labs. If you have some issues, basically I have the number here somewhere. Let me find it. Lab support down here at the bottom. I will look and see why there was a weird shipping thing on when I opened up the link just a minute ago, and just see what's going on with that. If I find anything out, I will post an update in the announcements this coming week, either tomorrow or the next day, the first day of class or the second day of class, or really as soon as they can get back to me and let me know. Otherwise, please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. I'm here to help. And then, of course, if you need tutoring or anything like that, I do have that information for you in the learner support area. If you go to our learner support, you can sign up for tutoring services there. There's also other campus resources and other success tips that could really help you. So I recommend utilizing those if you need that. Otherwise, I look forward to a great semester, and I hope everyone has a wonderful start to the fall term. Have a great day.